We're going to start off with our video that everyone's gotten to see, starring our little star here, Aubrey. And then we're going to do a brief introduction, followed by remarks by me, then Principal Jackson, Aubrey, and Cortez, remarks by Mayor Brandon Scott, and then Dr. Sonia Santelises, and then one other short video before closing. All right? So let's begin.
All right, go explore the books. Find your patient. I'll see you after work.
Big League Baseball is back in Baltimore after an absence of 52 years. But the good old days take a backseat to new days, looking ahead to big things from its new Orioles.
And the Orioles are the new world champions.
Baltimore is the world champ.
Everybody else is in muted silence. The pitch, line drive, Ripken catches it at shortstop, and the Orioles are the champions of the world.
And this shows you what a great ball club we have, and there's no one individual's on this ball club.
The most deserving manager in baseball, Earl Weaver.
We wanted it all, if we could possibly get it.
Ninth time Palmer has appeared in a World Series game, but never before as a relief pitcher.
You see the tears streaming down the eyes of a fan of Frank and Brooks and all the other Orioles. And the big room, listen to it. Made so many great memories here at Memorial Stadium. Orioles take the field officially for the first time in this new ballpark.
It is official now. Cal Ripken has broken Lou Gehrig's record. The new record.
Has in its DNA, smartest, most forward-thinking, most progressive organization in baseball. And the fact that that has been the case here before means that it's possible for that to be the case here again.
Mullins into center field. It should do it. A clincher. A walk-off. The Orioles have done it. You are the new champions of the American League East.
I think we're really going to enjoy this next chapter.
I know I never ever get tired of looking at that thing. It's and I'll give a brief shout out to our creative content team, which is without question the very best in sports. I have no doubt about that, and I will fight anyone that wants to argue with me. So I want to introduce a few of our dignitaries here, beginning with our mayor, Brandon Scott. Our CEO of Baltimore City Public Schools, Dr. Sonia Santelises. Delegate Michael Ruff has joined us. Malcolm Ruff. Principal Venus Jackson. Representing our baseball organization, General Manager Mike Elias. Other members from our senior leadership team throughout the room. They deserve an applause. There are several members of the Baltimore Orioles organization. I would love for you to stand so they can see how you're out here supporting us. Everybody from the Orioles, please. All right, we have Tina Hike-Hubbard, Chief of Communications, Engagement, and Enrollment. Joan Dabrowski, Chief of Academics. Commissioner Worley, is he here? He's not here. And I don't think Councilman Stokes, I don't think I've seen him either. But I'd like to just thank everyone for your attendance on this very important day. I've got to tell you, this is one of the most exciting and proudest moments of my professional career, being able to make this introduction of the Baltimore Orioles to Harlem Park Elementary Middle School. I was watching our game against the Red Sox this past Wednesday. Ben McDonald, who's one of our announcers, mentioned the Oriole Way. And I can tell you guys that that is a conversation that happens within the warehouse on a regular basis. What is the Oriole Way? How do you define it? And I've asked a number of people, and what you find is you get many different words from many different people, but they all kind of say the same thing. Well, my personal definition, explanation of what the Oriole Way is purpose. And purpose is why we're here today at Harlem Park Elementary Middle School. You see, we, the Baltimore Orioles, have reimagined our purpose for engagement in our city. In the past, our organization, much like other companies and sports franchises, did community engagement in a particular way. You volunteer, you write a check, you take a picture, everyone smiles and feels good about themselves. And that's okay. But as you look at it, we have to take a look back and say, but is that the Oriole Way? And I think what we've determined that it is not. And that's not a criticism. Look, there for a myriad of reasons, organizations, companies write checks to wonderful organizations that go out and do good work, great work in our community. But for the Orioles, it's now time for our next chapter. This next chapter for the Baltimore Orioles is about commitment and purpose. In this chapter, we will be strategic. We will be focused on outcomes. We will be intentional about our work in our community. In this chapter, we are here at Harlem Park Elementary Middle School. When I arrived to the Baltimore Orioles about 7 months ago, I came to the realization that our brand and our bird brings people and communities together. And we can use that binding force to help build a community that makes us all stronger. Mike Elias, late last season, made a comment, a statement that really stuck with me. He said, "This is Baltimore. We do baseball here." Well, he's right. That stuck with me. Yes, we do baseball. We do not teach in a classroom. We do not make meals for the hungry. We do not pave roads. We do not build libraries. We do not send kids to college or out into the workforce after they graduate from high school. But when we use our brand, that bird, our franchise can bring people together who do. And in the end, that is our purpose. Beyond the wins and losses, beyond our place in the standings, we bring some amazing people together. People like Bree Jones of Parity Homes. She's the first person to introduce me to this neighborhood called Harlem Park. People like James Bond of Living Classrooms, who has dedicated his entire life to bring enrichment to the children of our city and other cities throughout our country. People like Venus Jackson, the principal here, who has given me so much energy and excitement about our new endeavor. And there are so many others. These people do amazing work in our city, but our bird can bring them together to build a school and a better future for our children. You see, this is a neighborhood that, like so many parts of our city, has suffered from the tragic history of redlining that have left certain parts of our city behind. There are other neighborhoods like this in Baltimore that suffer from this tragic history. So our relationship with this school will be intense, it will be impactful and sustained. What we've discussed is this coming fall, we're going to see a pre-K student walk through these doors. We want to follow her throughout her entire elementary, middle school career here at Harlem Park. We want to watch them off into high school, assist them with scholarships off into college, grad school if she chooses, and then one day she will come back to Baltimore, or hopefully stay in Baltimore, and join the Baltimore Orioles. And then one day rise to the level where she can be Executive Vice President of Public Affairs. That is how long this relationship will last. We're also going to work with Principal Jackson to make this a prime school for the best teachers, the Baltimore City Public School System, in the Baltimore City Public School System by supporting them and giving them wonderful experiences both inside and outside the classroom. You see, this is kind of personal for me. My mother was an elementary school teacher for 43 years, and I watched her come home for work every day, feed me, help me with my homework, before she went back to work and started grading papers and preparing her lesson plan for the next day. But I also watched her truly impact positively the lives of the children that she taught. And I believe that we can help the teachers here do the same. Our relationship with Harlem Park Elementary Middle School first began with Aubrey and that beautiful video that you just saw that kicked off our next chapter in Baltimore. But tonight, Friday night here at our park, will be the very first, it'll be the beginning of these new activations that we're going to have to talk about this relationship. We will have children and staff from our school visiting the field for batting practice before a game. We will have Principal Jackson throwing out the first pitch. We will have a group of students yelling play ball to get us started. After the game begins, members of the staff here will be sitting in the owner's suite with Mr. David Rubenstein. And on Sunday, 200 students from Harlem Park Elementary Middle School will be joining us for Kids Opening Day, where they will get to yell first pitch, and Cortez Gilly will throw out the first pitch on Sunday. And these activations don't end tonight or this weekend. We have committed every Friday night, which are our City Connect nights, and we will make these words quite literal as we connect our city and our team here at Harlem Park Elementary Middle School. It is our way of connecting with Baltimore. Oriole fans will learn about this ever-evolving relationship with our school every Friday night this season. Outside of the park, we'll be using our partnership with our vibrant nonprofits of our city to connect to our school, our students, and our teachers, and that will assist them both here at the school and at home. So the question should be asked, why are we being so public about it? Well, reason number one is because it creates accountability. We have said this out loud, and now it's up to you to hold us accountable to the things that we say we're going to do. And number two, we want to be an example for other companies, organizations, sports franchise on how you truly commit to the city you reside. But I need you to understand this one last thing before I end. The Baltimore Orioles will not come to Harlem Park Elementary Middle School and tell Principal Jackson or tell the teachers here or any of the staff how to educate our children. We are here to support them, provide resources for them, uplift them, and help these kids not just survive, but to give them an opportunity to thrive. That is the Oriole way, and that is our commitment to this school. Thank you. So I would like to now introduce Principal Jackson and a couple of her students.
Good morning. I am Principal Jackson, and I'm the proud principal of Harlem Park Elementary Middle School. I almost have to pinch myself because we have great partnerships, but this is the holy grail of partnerships, and I understand that. I want to get back to good morning to Dr. Santelises, to Mayor Brandon Scott, to Kerry Watson. You get it. And thank you for understanding where we are and what we need. To the dignitaries, to the invited guests, and to our scholars of Harlem Park Elementary Middle School. Could you just stand? They're a small representation of our school community. Thank you for joining us for this momentous occasion. Today marks the beginning of a groundbreaking partnership between Harlem Park Elementary Middle School and the Orioles. It is an alliance that symbolizes hope, the belief in our children, and growth. We are focused on the academic growth of our children. Our expectation is that our children are able to read on grade level or beyond, to be proficient in mathematics or beyond. But we can't do that without the likes of strong partnerships and strong leadership. I get it. I matriculated through Baltimore City Public Schools, and I earned a mechanical engineering degree. That meant that the quality of education that I received from this school system was good enough to get me through into a thriving engineering program, and we want the same for our children. We can't do this without the likes of partnerships like the Orioles. Why? I'm impressed because from the first day, Carrie and Sydney showed up in my office and they told me about everything they wanted to do. It was not just talk. They have gotten behind every word that they've shared with us. Today, I've brought some change makers with me. I've got Aubrey Singletary, if you could step up to my left. And I've got Cortez Gilly, if you could come over here. They represent the best of us. We have other students. We have other students in our building just like Aubrey and Cortez, but they're going to represent our school population to show you a little glimpse of who we are. I was appointed to Harlem Park Elementary Middle School 4 years ago, and I purposed in my heart that the first thing we would do would be to address the social emotional needs of our children, our school community, and our parents and our staff. And I say staff because I heard Carrie say that his mother was a teacher. You have no idea the burden on the shoulders of the staff members, not just the teachers, but also my support staff, my cafeteria managers and those workers, my custodians. We all work together. We're not really just a staff. We're more of a family. Harlem Park is home away from home for a lot of our children. And I know you've probably heard this before, but at our school, we don't accept their money. They earn opportunities to go on trips. We pull on community resources to provide them with what they need. And they know that even when their families are in crisis, if they show up at the front door, we got them. So I'm going to introduce you to Aubrey Singletary, who's going to come first, followed by Cortez Gilly. And the way we do at Harlem Park, I'm going to ask my scholars to stand up. We bring the energy. We're going to put a little bit of energy in the room. On 3, you guys know what we do. When I count to 3, it's Harlem Park as loud as you can, because Aubrey and Cortez need to know that your energy is behind them. 1, 2, 3. Yes.
Good morning. My name is Aubrey Singletary, a proud 4th grader at Harlem Park Elementary Middle School. I must say that I don't just speak for myself when I say that we, the students, staff, parents, and community at large are super excited about our Orioles partnership. You've already piqued our curiosity about baseball and the endless possibilities of how hard work can pay off. But you've made dreams reality. My mother and I have been featured in an Orioles video. I threw out the first pitch for the Orioles opening game. Mr. Cal Ripken practiced with me on the field before throwing my pitch, and Mr. David Rubenstein walked out to the mound to give me the ball. For those of you who don't know, he's the owner of the Orioles. From my 4th grade seat, this ride sure is exciting, and I can't wait to experience the other opportunities you're planning for us. Thank you to the Orioles team. Thank you to the Orioles owners. And thank you, Mr. Kerry Watson, for including us and making us a part of Orioles excellence.
Good morning, Dr. Santelises, to the Orioles, and to other distinguished guests. My name is Cortez Gilly, and I'm an 8th grader attending Harlem Park Elementary Middle School. Just like Aubrey Singletary, I'm excited too. We love the Orioles, and we know that your brand represents excellence. We do too. Aubrey Singletary is one of the best elementary school basketball players in the country. Yes, She plays with 8th graders, and she's in the 4th grade, sometimes even averaging 18 points a game. I just came back from a week-long college tour where we went to Morehouse, North Carolina Central, Georgia Tech, Spelman, and North Carolina A&T. It changed my life. My favorite school was Morehouse, where their motto is, "And there was a light." They talked to us about our responsibility as young men to ourselves, our family, and to our community. So I'm ready to learn from the Orioles brand. You represent excellence, and excellence is our standard here at Harlem Park. Thank you, Orioles, for giving me the opportunity to throw out the opening pitch for Kids Opening Day this Sunday. I still can't even believe I've been given this honor. I was so excited when Principal Jackson surprised me with this opportunity that I'm embarrassed to say tears came out my eyes. Our school is amazing. Orioles, you are amazing. And I want you to know that you've already expanded our thinking. I see excellence more clearly. And I'm throwing a cannon on Sunday. And Aubrey, my pitch is going further than yours.
Thank you again to the Orioles staff, and thank you, Carrie Watson, for everything.
Well, now I start to question if we picked the right school, because these kids actually are better speakers than I am. I'm so impressed. Next, I would love to welcome our mayor, Brandon Scott, who has been so supportive of the Orioles and so supportive of Baltimore City Public Schools. Brandon Scott.
Thank you, Courtney, and good morning, Harlem Park. No, I know some of you are still mad that I beat you in a race a few years ago, but we know we can do better than that. Good morning, Harlem Park. There we go. And I think they set me up. They had me coming behind Aubrey and Cortez. Nothing else needs to be said after they spoke today. But I couldn't be happier to be here this morning in beautiful West Baltimore for this most important event and being with two of my favorite things about Baltimore, our young people and the Orioles. And I'm so happy that the team could take a little break after leaving a broom in Boston to be here this morning to celebrate this partnership before we start brewing the Brewers in Milwaukee tonight. But I think what I want to say first is that after hearing Aubrey and Cortez speak, I feel a need to say this and say this very publicly. There is a lot of things being said about young people from Baltimore City, about everything that they're not. Literally, we have folks creating young people like Aubrey, like Cortez, like these scholars you see before us as the boogeyman. But this is the true representation of what our young people are in Baltimore. Our young people, despite the circumstances that they were born into, much like Delegate Ruff were born into and I were born into in Park Heights, they do amazing things each and every day. They are focused on their mission of life of becoming whatever they want to be. And as young people, as I always say to you, you can be whatever you want to be. The only thing that will stop you is you. So for all of those who like to say what our young people aren't, I challenge you again to come see their true spirit and see what they are every day. We are so excited that our Baltimore Orioles continue to be not only great on the field, but true partners in the city. They are great in every way, connecting with the city, not just by producing the best baseball jerseys everyone has seen in our City Connect jersey, but by being involved in the city in every way. And I think it's important to note that Mr. Watson talked about something that a lot of sports franchises shy away from. When you go to other cities, and I talk to my fellow mayors, and they talk about the history of redlining and racist policies, they say, we can't get our sports teams to talk about that. We don't have that problem here because we have, as I always say, a franchise that's not just in our city. They're of our city. And this initiative shows how deeply the Orioles not only love our beautiful city, but they're connected to every single part and every single person. Because that bee, that Baltimore on the shirt, that bird brings us all together. We share that gritty spirit of showing everyone that, yeah, we might be a little smaller than Philadelphia. We're not as glitzy and glamorous as that place that they call New York, but we are better because we're tough and we're strong and nothing can take us away. We've seen that a lot over the past few weeks, and we saw the Orioles step up as they always do in the tragedy of the Key Bridge. We see that in the investments that they made into organizations like College Bound, into the future of Baltimore City. We see that with this partnership here with Harlem Park, understanding that coming to West Baltimore, the epicenter of racial redlining in this country, when you think about that policy starting in Baltimore, in the shadows of the highway to nowhere, and being intentional about having a partnership with this elementary middle school, shows that this city, this team share in common that we will work together to build the best Baltimore we've ever seen by investing in these young people. Thank you, Baltimore Orioles, for again recognizing the true spirit and the true need in Baltimore and being a true partner in every way. And I'm going to say, Courtney, that we're going to make it 216 kids because I can't come to the baseball game on Sunday, so now Aubrey and Cortez can have my skybox and take whoever they want. So there we go. Congratulations.
Well, thank you for that little surprise. We were not expecting that one. Thank you so much. Next, the CEO of this fabulous school system, Dr. Sonia Santelises.
Thank you so much, Carrie, and welcome to everyone to Harlem Park Elementary Middle School. You can see how proud the young people here, under the leadership of Principal Jackson and her fabulous team here, are really transforming this K-8 school. And one of the things that is always a real privilege for those of us in city schools is to be able to see the investment of our community in our young people, in our schools. As our mayor said, one of the things that is true is that there is a narrative that needs to be spoken even louder than some of the narratives that seek to actually detract from our young people. But I remember the words of my grandmother, and one of the things she said is, darling, don't give fuel to the negative fire, just make sure your internal fire and spirit shines even more brightly. And one of the things that I love about this partnership is that what it's saying is, yes, all of the ways that we connected as Baltimore City Public Schools with the Orioles was always great. It was always great to have young people going to games. But I remember the day that our chief, Tina Hike Hubbard, of Family Community Engagement, came to me and said, but Sonia, now we want to do something different. And I said, well, what's that different, Tina? And she said, it looks like the Orioles want to do even more. And I want you to know that what you see here today, what you heard from Aubrey and Cortez, is that your investment signals to our young people that their potential is noticed, that their potential is worthy of a senior leadership team at a major franchise coming out this morning to say, we believe in you. And I was sitting next to Cortez, and the look on his face, Mayor, when you said that you were giving over your skybox, I thought he was gonna like tip over in the seat when you said that. It just goes to show that our young people notice when we all come together. And I wanna thank you as the CEO of City Schools for you all matching your walk with your talk. It's one thing to say, yes, we support Baltimore City, but I want you to know, Carrie, coming out today, and everything that you're pouring into Harlem Park says it with action as well as words. So I want to thank you on behalf of all of City Schools. We are thrilled, and I will tell Aubrey and Cortez, I have 3 teenage girls at home who are going to be like, oh man, throwing out the first pitch? That's not a minor thing. So just know that you are representing your community and your school well. And I want to thank Principal Jackson for her leadership and Tina Highcupboard for really making sure that we in city schools are ready to receive your investment. Thank you so much. Thank you for believing in our city and believing in our young people. Thank you.
And as we get close to the end of our event today, there is a message from Governor Westmore.
Hi, it's Governor Westmore. And while I apologize for not being able to be there in person, I want to take a moment today to congratulate and thank our Baltimore Orioles, our Harlem Park Elementary, Middle School, and Baltimore City Public Schools for their Adopt a School project. This project's mission to truly make impactful engagement in the Harlem Park community perfectly aligns with our administration's goals of seeing opportunities and communities all across the state grow and thrive, both in terms of safety and economic competitiveness. This strategic partnership will help Harlem Park not only reach state standards, but exceed them, because we're going to work together to provide assistance to teachers and staff and administrators and build a closer connection with students and their families. Now, I'm so inspired by this initiative, and as we have to recover from the collapse of the Key Bridge, projects like these are exactly what we need to see in order to not just keep Baltimore going, but build it stronger than ever. And I can't wait to see the positive impact that it's going to have on the community and on our amazing city. Thanks again.
I'd like to thank the governor for providing us with that. Trust me, there will be more visits from the governor in the future. We've got some pretty wonderful things planned for us. So as we get to our close, I want to again thank the mayor, thank the CEO, thank our principal, thank all of you that have attended this event today. You can keep in touch with the work that we're doing on our website. I believe it's going to be Orioles.com/Harlem Park. Oh, there we go. Certainly our social media, Instagram and Twitter. And if you come to games on Friday nights, you'll see it on the field and on the video board, and it'll be all over the place. But again, I want to thank everyone for coming to visit us today and hold us accountable. Thank you.